A strong Aikido stance isn't wide, it isn't low, it isn't medium, it isn't high. It's adaptable. Let's dive in. I want to go over three main points in today's video. First of all, stability comes from the center. Over-fixating on your feet will create rigidity. Over-fixating on anything creates rigidity, for that matter. So true balance in Aikido comes from the center, not where you put the feet or what angle the feet should be at. Of course, everything needs to be adaptable. And maybe there's some certain guidelines. The feet should be this far apart or this far, but you have to be able to bend these rules. And of course, that ability comes from practice. So anyway, the feet should respond. They shouldn't lock. Something happens, the feet respond. The second point, a wide stance kills responsiveness. So this is funny to hear this coming from me. I encourage people oftentimes to take a really wide stance. And when I say wide, I don't mean from left to right. I mean front to back. So the front foot, being here, and then how far back to put that back foot. So if you hear me say that, don't do a wide stance, and you've been to some of my seminars, you might be like, what? She always tells us to take a wide stance. I always tell you that when we're working on vacuum. I think it's referred to as in-ryoku, in power. So when you work on drawing somebody in, if you've come to my seminars, I love to do this with Tenchi Nage. I love to do this with the end of Iriminage. So anyway, drawing somebody in, yes, you'll get more power and more of a profound impact on your partner if your front foot is way far out from your back foot and you bend that front knee like crazy, and then you switch and you bend to the back knee. So anyway, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, come to my next seminar and I'll show you. So, but other than those situations, hey, sorry to interrupt the video, but some of you have been asking how you can get a copy of my book, The Teacher. The book includes topics such as from horse riding to Budo, the Japan experience, back home, building intuition, attracting new students to Aikido, nonviolence in Aikido, leading by example, women in Aikido, arrogance, no to homogenization in Aikido, Aikido and distance teaching, body alignment, more. If you haven't yet purchased it and you'd like to, just head to leah-suzuki.com/book, or you can find that link in the description here on YouTube. The book is available in English and Italian. If you want it in Italian, you've got to go to Amazon. There's plenty of really cool photos. There's me when I first started Aikido, even before I got to Boston, which is where my first teacher is. Also Takeda Shihan, Bill Gleason Sensei, my first teacher. And for those of you who might know him, Gary Small Sensei, taking ukemi long ago. Another of Takeda Shihan, Yamaguchi Sensei. All right. We've got a couple of me teaching seminars, of course. And then even one with me with explaining something with Shoto. This is in the No to Homogenization section. As I said, the link is in the description below. Just click on that, go to leah-suzuki.com/book and order yours. Let's get back to the video now. The wide stance will really kill responsiveness. It'll be harder to change direction. It'll delay your timing. And it might also tempt you into pushing with your arms because the legs are so locked up or clunky or hard to activate because they're so wide. So the arms want to jump in and take over. And we know that, we don't want to just rely on arms. We want to rely on legs, center, core. The third main point I really love, it's about soft knees, alive feet. Get the image in your mind of walking across deep, soft sand. Your knees have to really work to do that, right? And imagine standing and waiting in line at the supermarket, waiting to pay, and there's 10 people ahead of you. You're going to kind of lock your knees in place. These days, a lot of us, we just get out our phone and we answer some emails or whatever. So if you're standing for a long time and on your phone or just daydreaming or whatever it is, there's a good chance you kind of lock your knees. But in Aikido, when we're waiting for our partner to attack us, the knees need to be soft. If you've been watching my videos, you've probably noticed that I sometimes use shoto, or short sword. I find that it helps students drop their shoulders, stop pushing, and really feel the technique. Right now, I have a limited number of these Suzuki signature shoto available. They're made in Japan from premium Japanese white oak. They're engraved with my signature, and they're really beautifully balanced. Because of the lumber shortage in Japan, I was only able to get a small batch of them. So once these are gone, that's it for the time being. So if you'd like one, click the link below to reserve yours. During the checkout process, you'll be prompted to let me know which seminar you'll attend, and then I'll bring it right to you. Now let's get back to the video. When you lock the joints and then you want to move, you have to first sort of unlock them and then take your step. Does that make sense? I'm talking about fractions of a second here. So it's very subtle. And the soft joints, especially the soft knees, they allow for corrections, adjustments, micro adjustments. So this is really, really so helpful in our stance, because this means we are ready immediately. There's no adjusting first and then taking a step. We're ready for the step. So good Aikido posture feels absolutely ready, not braced. Absolutely ready for movement. I hope this video gave you some insight and inspiration. I hope it helps you take your Aikido to the next level and keeps you motivated to continue training for years to come. I'm looking forward to seeing you somewhere, either online or at one of my next seminars. I'll be teaching in Germany, the UK, Ireland, Taiwan, Japan. I'm teaching in a lot of places, and of course the USA, where I'm based. So reach out, please, and try these things at home, all right? If you do decide to work with me online, I do have some live training. So it's a lot easier to do these movements and get some feedback live than to just be kind of on your own, and maybe you've got a mirror in the room if you're lucky. So anyway, check it out. First 14 days are free. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. Bye-bye.